Hey everybody, Troy, Roadside RC. Today, the Arrma Granite Voltage is going through a slurry of upgrades. We're going from the stock 20-turn brushed motor. We are going to throw in a 12-turn 550, see what kind of difference that makes, and then go full brushless, which means, so we have this GoolRC 3900 kV motor, plus the ESC. We're going to be using a leftover Spectrum controller that we have, and then because we're replacing all that, we're going to end up having to go to a 3-wire servo, which means we're going to go to our trusty handy dandy 35 kg from Zooske. So follow along with this as we take this whole path from stock and how fast and how does it drive to 12-turn brushed all the way to brushless. We're going to check the speeds along the way, drivability, bashability, all that kind of stuff, and see where is this vehicle's sweet spot. So follow along. All right, so first speed run, we are running a 2S Dynamite battery. We have also this Dynamite speed control, so we are going to be putting it into peak speed. When we put it to record, it resets to 0. Put it down with our patented duct tape mounting system, and then let's give this a rip. The fully stock first speed run 2S battery, but otherwise literally exactly as it comes out of the box. And we have a speed of 19 miles an hour. So about actually a little bit faster than I thought it was. So that is good. A 19 just right at 20 miles an hour out of the box on a 2S LiPo. That's pretty good. So let's run it around the front yard a little bit here, and then let's get it back in and throw that bigger motor in. So that was really pretty good. I mean, honestly, to have a stock 20-turn brush motor in a 2-wheel drive truck like this, like that was actually pretty fun. It jumps well. Of course, like any 2-wheel drive vehicle, it doesn't have enough momentum or inertia with those 2 spinning wheels to really have any throttle attitude control within the air. But it was fun. I would say the run surprisingly did get cut slightly short because it has these interference rejectors kind of things on the wires, and you'll see it actually unplugged it for us. But hey, that just saves us a step as we go to swap out and put in the 12-turn motor here from Hakmoto, the 550. So let's get this started. First, this is quite the head scratcher of like, well, how does this thing, this is the pinion, how does this big spur gear come off of here? Well, as it turns out, you just get a flat blade, and look at that, literally straight out, it just presses in there, and then everything holds it on. That is genius. Now these 2 screws, and we'll be able to get the motor out, swap the pinion over, and get it plugged all back into the new motor. We are connected in, motor 550 is in, it fits great. Look at that, it just barely sticks out of the side of the chassis here. I think this is all wonderful. However, when I powered it up the first time, pulling the motor forward makes the truck go backwards. So even though it is red to red, black to black, depending on the design of the vehicle, you will find that sometimes you need to swap these. So I'm going to swap these and we will be in business. And now we are out here with the 12-turn motor. Now we're going to reset our GPS, and we are at 0. Let's take it down and back and see what it'll do. Still 2S. faster, but it's not crazy. Whoa, 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 dude. It's not a lot faster than it was. Let's see, pull it in. All right, hey, if you guys are playing along the home game, put your guesses in now. What is it? How much faster is it? 20. Wait a second. It only gained 1 mile per hour. We got to test that again. All right, we're going to park it. We're going to go up and down again one more time. It's got to be more than 1 mile an hour faster. Trip tip number 2. Did it actually do any better? Is it still 20? 21. So if you've got one of these and you're thinking about upgrading from the 20 turn to the 12 turn, like, yeah, you can if you want. Like, it gains you 2 miles an hour. This needs to go brushless. Let's see if we can do this thing brushless. All right, so again, you know, would I go out and just throw a 12 turn immediately into it? Probably not. You know, I think I'd run the 20 turn as it sits, but I would consider doing the brushless. So again, Zooske 35 kg servo, GoolRC. We're doing the 3900 kV motor with the 60 amp ESC that is technically 2S and 3S LiPo ready. And then we have the Spectrum DX2E controller. Not one that I highly recommend. It's just one that I had laying around. Why do we have all these parts? Because when you're going from brush to brushless, you're going to have to replace the speed control. This is a speed control and receiver in one unit, which means your controller is now useless. This whole unit is useless, but you also have to replace the servo because this is a 5-wire servo, and most common receivers will not handle a 5-wire servo. So unfortunately, when you want to go brushless, you got to replace everything. The motor is in, and I want to point out a couple things here. So one, the motor will only orientate one way because of the curvature of the chassis and how these wires stick out of the side of the motor here. Any other orientation and it won't actually clear. So be very careful about that. Actually, almost the same thing over here. You can see that the motor shaft actually is inside the pinion there. That's because the motor shaft is actually not quite long enough, really, at the end of the day. This set screws right at the end of it. This might be a very bad thing for us. We may really need to take everything off and put this set screw, like literally turn the pinion gear upside down so that we can get the set screw in there farther to make sure that it really stays on there. Otherwise, it does bolt up, and this whole process was exactly like we did brushed versus the 12 turn versus the 20 turn, so that's why I didn't show it to you. I'm going to get this rest of the way buttoned up and start swapping over some rest of these parts. In order to get the servo horn off, you can they actually literally provide you with a hole here. So Phillips head screwdriver straight through there. And now we have the servo out also. Now with all the old electronics out, we're going to start by putting the ESC in. It has an integrated switch here. We're using some 3M double-sided tape. We're going to peel this off. And it looks like this will sit nicely right here, maybe right there. It looks like it doesn't want to sit there as nicely. Hit some of these raised bumps. If I was going to do this permanently, I might actually grind those down to get it on there, maybe get it back in the back here more, but I think it will work right there just fine. Everything is on, in, plugged in, servo screwed back in, receivers mounted, all that works. Now, servo's working, but we need to actually figure out how to get that dang servo horn back on that servo. This might be fun. Everything's there, everything works, steering is on. In order to get this, the servo saver on, all I did was put it upside down, work the servo saver up over the center, and then just use a screwdriver to push it straight on the servo. We are good. We can adjust our steering trim from here to see if we can get close. And check this out. I think that might be faster. We are battling sunlight. You can hear Logan flying the drone overhead. All right, we have set it back to 0 on the GPS. There that is. Fully brushless 2S battery. Let's see. Whoa, whoa. Okay, so the brake force is stronger now. Oh, that's faster. That is faster. All right, I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Logan's chasing it with the drone. All right, let's give this a shot. Whoa, that brake is sensitive now. Got a lot more power on the brake now. Okay, hey, moment of truth. Who's gonna guess? Who's gonna guess what speed it is? It was 19, it was 21. Dun, dun, dun. Where are we set? 29 miles per hour. So, I mean, from 19 to 29, and we're still sitting on, that's almost 50% improvement, and we're sitting on the stock pinion. So there's a lot more left to be in this truck if you're after that. But honestly, two-wheel drive truck right here, I think this speed might be just about right. Dang. Oh, ouch. Hit hard, and it lives. Ouch. It doesn't like to do wheelies very well, that's for sure. So that was really pretty awesome. I mean, literally in the span of like an hour and a half, I was able to go from 20 turn to 12 turn to brushless. So we went from 19 mile an hour and okay and fun, and 21 miles an hour and good and fun. And I'll be honest, I think if anybody really gets this, you should be happy just like right in that range. I think it's a fun truck in that range. I'm probably gonna put it back to stock before we give it away. Hint, hint, hint. But then like brushless really kind of did wake the truck up a little bit. It really did bring it alive. I'm afraid with that brushless, it's gonna break a lot more stuff. Plus the components that I have on there, honestly, before the bash was over, they were hanging out of the side of the truck. So we'd have to come out with a different solution to really hold them in there good. The stock solution is so nice with how easy it holds in. But watch out for a little bit more content with us coming with this truck. Kind of want to take it to a skate park and see what it does. But yeah, keep an eye out for that, and then keep an eye out for a giveaway. This thing will be given away soon. So keep in touch. Subscribe if you haven't already, because that's of course going to be a requirement for the giveaway. You know, like this, really come over here, watch some of our other videos. Really do appreciate it. Really appreciate everybody's support that we've had within 2020 and beyond. And so thank you guys. Keep in touch. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.